Over 800 aerial targets are entering Ukrainian airspace. Most of them are heading for the capital. Kyiv is in danger, and air defense today is personally commanded by the commander of the Air Force.
A powerful, massive attack from different sides.
Will Patriot, FrankenSAM, Iris-T, or Skynet repel this gigantic attack? The assault begins with the heaviest weaponry Russia possesses, ballistic missiles. Ukrainian intelligence, supported by the US satellites, data detected the launch, but intercepting these missiles is not easy at all. Having climbed into the upper layers of the atmosphere, these 4-ton missiles begin their descent onto targets in Ukraine. Their speed exceeds the speed of sound several times over, so only one system is capable of handling this type of weapon.
Unfortunately, only Patriot systems operate against ballistics for us, and today, it is also working.
The command and operators have no time to think.
Practically seconds. It's the experience we've gained over these years that's at work.
A Patriot crew opens fire. A $5 million missile is launched to intercept the target. Direct hit. However, the more missiles Russia launches, the harder it becomes to shoot them down.
A lot depends on the operator's work. It's impossible to engage and destroy all targets right now. Even the destroyed targets still fall and detonate somewhere on the ground.
Ukraine's air defense system is using Patriot systems less and less due to a shortage of missiles. Today, not all ballistic missiles are successfully shot down. And for the Air Force, the fight is just beginning. Russian cruise missiles are entering the engagement zone. Some of them, like the Iskander-K, are particularly dangerous due to their specific flight profile. However, against them, Ukrainians have a more potent arsenal. One of the most effective air defense systems in the Ukrainian army enters the fray, Iris-T. This system primarily guards critical infrastructure facilities and does so super effectively.
I have a success rate of 99% of aerial targets engaged.
This is possible thanks to the latest technological solutions that detect Russian missiles hundreds of kilometers away.
The reconnaissance station of this system can detect targets up to 250 kilometers away. The engagement zone of this system, depending on the missile type, can range from 8 to 40 kilometers.
Although Russians are constantly improving their Kh-101 and Kaliber cruise missiles, they are incapable of counteracting the Iris-T. Therefore, one by one, all aerial targets are destroyed. The problem with this system is as mundane as with Patriots, a small quantity. So as soon as Russians spot a gap in air defense, they exploit it. Today, they are not succeeding. The cruise missiles are shot down, but not solely by Iris-T forces.
If cruise missiles are incoming, fighter jets engage.
Fighter jet combat with missiles is a dangerous but important task that deserves a separate video. In a year of combat operations, Ukrainian F-16s have shot down 1,300 aerial targets. Like this video if you want to see it on the channel. However, the battle is just beginning. The most challenging phase of repelling a combined air attack is the Shaheds. These UAVs terrorize Ukrainian cities daily, but today is an absolute record, 810. Ukrainians are preparing to repel all this might with their own air defense assets. Civilians descend into shelters. All possible means rush to firing positions. Work is in full swing at the command post.
Every air defense engagement is a new decision made depending on the situation.
Just some period before this attack, an unexpected attack by Shaheds took place against Poland. However, over there, to shoot down 10 Russian drones, they deployed Polish F-16s, Dutch F-35s, Italian AWACS reconnaissance aircraft, and aerial refueling tankers jointly operated by NATO. Just so you understand, that amount of firepower was used to shoot down a mere 1.25% of the 810 Shaheds currently assaulting Ukrainian airspace. And tonight, to protect Kyiv from the Shaheds, some very strange systems are starting combat duty. Frontline needs gave birth to the so-called FrankenSAMs. That's what they call Soviet systems adapted to use Western missiles and radars. Meaning, you get a sort of Frankenstein made from Soviet systems and a surface-to-air missile. Today, they are also carrying out the orders of the Air Force commander. In most cases, we're talking about Soviet Buk SAMs, but the idea of such a hybrid is being implemented on other platforms as well. For example, this OSA SAM, modernized by a Ukrainian charity organization.
Ищем цель
We transmit that we found something at such and such location, at such and such range. If the target is within parameters, they give us the command to launch. You turn the key, press the launch button, that's it, and the missile is away.
Target locked, the crew gets the command to launch.
Підрив. Ні. Да, щось падає. Падає, да.
Seeing you subscribe is just as satisfying to us as shooting down Shaheds, so hit that subscribe button. In addition to the Ukrainian-American SAMs, a no less effective British system enters the battle. This is the improvised Raven SAM, equipped with ASRAAM air-to-air missiles. It's equipped with an imaging infrared seeker that forms an infrared picture of the target, so it does most of the work itself.
The FrankenSAM is a very simple setup. Here we see just 4 switches and a button, the launch. When engaging in combat work, I select a missile and execute the launch. After that, the missile comes off the rail and reaches the target very quickly.
Obviously, these missiles are higher tech and pricier than the Shaheds. But to repel today's attack, they are needed more than ever. But no matter how many of these SAMs and missiles we have, destroying hundreds of drones requires something else. Cheaper, more effective, simpler. Here, on the outskirts of Kyiv, the Gepard enters the game.
This equipment needs an open space without any trees. Otherwise, the radar might give wrong readings. And in this way, we scan the area we are located in.
Armed with 2 35mm radar-guided cannons, the Gepard has long become one of the main tools for destroying Shaheds. The Ahead round detonates in the air and peppers the target with a cloud of tungsten sub-projectiles, covering a large area, which is crucial for destroying the target.
Yes!
But time takes its toll, and the 50-year-old Gepards break down more and more often. And in conditions of daily work, every downtime costs lives. That's why another German system is joining the defense of the Ukrainian sky, Skynex. It received its baptism by fire in Ukraine and is performing excellently. The same Ahead rounds are destroying yet another Shahed. A moment of silence falls. The first wave of the attack has been repelled, but there are many such waves ahead.
Aerial combat lasts 10 to 12 to 16 hours.
So it is definitely not the time to relax.
Keep the missile alert active in the sectors where we are working on the Shaheds.
It's time to show the main player in destroying enemy drones. And it's not high-tech missiles, not anti-aircraft complexes. It's the legendary Browning M2 machine gun.
Target in sight. Distance 17 kilometers, heading roughly toward us. Getting ready, waiting.
They can only work within a radius of 2 kilometers, so the guys have time to prepare.
We're removing the camouflage, mounting thermal imaging devices, loading the ammo.
The so-called mobile fire groups are working the most actively. There are over 1,500 of them in Ukraine. Machine guns mounted on pickups have just one special feature, a thermal imager.
The thermal imager attaches via quick-release mounts, sets up very fast. You open the eyepiece and lightly turn it on with one button. We also use it to record video confirmation of the shoot-down.
The ammo load is standard too, 12.7 caliber rounds with tracers.
To show other adjacent units where the Shahed is, in case they happen not to be able to spot it visually. Okay, load everything. This is a box of 100 rounds of 12.7, and the Browning machine gun is quite simple and reliable. We've been using it for over a year, and there have been almost no malfunctions.
Another swarm of drones is approaching the capital.
Targets can come in at different altitudes. For Shaheds right now, we've recorded a max altitude of up to 4,800 meters. Aerial targets are marked in red. You can see the quantity already.
Enemy drones are entering the engagement zones of the fire groups. On top of assets on the ground, Ukrainians came up with something else, shooting down Shaheds with the same machine gun, but from a helicopter. This method is more effective, though it requires a team of professional pilots. This method is used both day and night, so the teams usually have little time for rest. The helicopter returns after the mission. The hard night is coming to an end. But one more means of destroying Shaheds was left unnoticed. It is, in fact, an anti-drone drone. In 6 months of using the product called Sting, it has hundreds of Shaheds and Gepards to its credit.
It's not a magic pill either. It doesn't eliminate every Shahed in the country, but they take out their share of Shaheds.
That share largely depends on the time of day.
A Shahed is harder to detect at night, but when you have general experience working against aerial targets, it's much easier.
These drones fit perfectly into the incredibly motley defense system of the Ukrainian sky. Yet even this is not enough. Tonight, all air defense forces shot down 747 UAVs and several missiles. This means some Shaheds reached their targets, which will impact civilian lives. However, without the work of these people, Russia would completely dominate the Ukrainian sky, which would mean defeat on the ground. The Ukrainian Air Force gains unique experience every day, and destroying such a quantity of targets in just one night testifies to exceptional dedication and professionalism. So today, the Ukrainian sky stood firm, and we are already preparing a new story for you. Thank you for every comment, and we await your wishes regarding future videos. We read everything. By the way, pay attention to our playlists, where we might have already covered a topic that interests you. So be active, subscribe. There is more to come. Stay safe.